It's a moment of just pure joy. It starts from the moment that I even open the hangar. Leonardo da Vinci, he said, "For once you have tasted flight, you will walk the earth with your eyes turned skyward. For there you have been, and there you will long to return." For me, flying dates back to when I was a small child. I've always loved the movie Top Gun. I watched it as a very young kid and just fell in love with it. Probably watched it over 1,000 times. And I remember I used to always look up in the sky, and every time I heard a plane going over, just wondered, how is that possible? First time I ever flew, I was 19 years old, and I was in college. I flew in an Extra, which is an aerobatic aircraft. I was lucky enough for my first flight to be aerobatics, and we were over the Keys in Miami, and he turned the plane upside down. And I was hanging from the seatbelts, just seeing the world from a different perspective, and I told him that day that I'm gonna do whatever it takes to do this one day. I remember my first off season after my rookie year. For the first time in a long time, I had a lot of time off and I had a little bit of money. And so instead of going on vacation or traveling or having a big party, I started flight school. Just really decided, what's a better way to spend my time, and so I followed the dream. Kind of did in the shadows at first. Not many people really knew about it, and it was just a very personal thing for me. For me, flying and football are very similar mentally. Both of them require your complete focus. Every time before I get into the aircraft, like going through my pre-flight, checking the fuselage, it's just like my pregame. Every morning I wake up, my Sundays are the same. I read through my notes. I make sure that my mind is fresh, feeding my body the right stuff, and I'm studying up until the game. The feeling during the games is very hard to match. That feeling of adrenaline, that feeling of running over another man, or that feeling of scoring a touchdown. For me, it's been very difficult to find a way to get back to that feeling, but flying brings me to that level of adrenaline, and it brings me to that level of competition, really, not only with myself, but with the aircraft, with nature, with the winds, with all things that involve flying. I have a life goal that I want to do air shows, and I want to bring that level of entertainment to people. I also want to bring my passion and my life experiences. I want to show a kid that no matter where you come from, no matter what you've done, you can accomplish anything. Literally, the sky's the limit. My career after football will hopefully be entertaining people by the thousands in the plane. I'm Jimmy Graham, tight end for the Seattle Seahawks, and I fly an Extra 330LX.